Hi, I'm DayHotShot, and today we're going to be playing some more Planet Coaster. At the moment, we're finishing off this roller coaster that I've built, and let's get on with it. At the moment, we are just seeing what we can do for the next part of this roller coaster. I finished most of the layout, well, all of it, and I added the immersive items that we do need to add in with every roller coaster. Yes, this part of the track isn't really necessary, but as you may notice, if you haven't been to a theme park at all, most of the roller coasters, or nearly all of them, have storage tracks. That's pretty important because many roller coasters need a place to put their trains, or any part of the roller coaster, mainly it's the trains, away. So like, for example, when you don't really need them. At the moment, I'm working on this roller coaster that's going to be a steampunk themed roller coaster, as per a request as from one of my viewers, Mr. Shiloh. At the moment, we're going to finish each design of the roller coaster right now. So what we're going to do is add theme into it. As you may notice, yes, I might have got a little bit carried away and excited about completing it, so I did complete it. Wasn't the smartest idea, but let's just keep going. So what we're going to do now is build the main part of it, is the theming. Everyone loves a good design, and each design needs to be amazing. So what we're going to do now is go onto here and then build the track. Not the track, because the building. So what we're going to do is go onto here and build the wooden design. Because I'm thinking of country western. But here's an idea. Let's just edit the track, because what I'm thinking of doing is to have a higher capacity, is you got to go from here all the way out here. But what we need to do is see if we can do it. And now we're going to do this right here. And now what we're going to do is not test out, but what we're going to do is do this. I'm going to place the exit right here. So what we're going to do now is go into here and now test it all the way out. Let's just continue to lower it down a little bit like this, and the idea is to test if it's possible to put like a design of using the idea of you entering from the left and you exit through the right, and lift it up a little bit like that, a couple of centimeters up to the sky, and here we are. So you go straight up, over, and there we go. So now what we're going to do now is add the last part of the basics. Why I call it the basics is pretty simple, because it's the very basics to have a ride. The only difference between a ride and a good ride is the theming. Because yes, you can make a ride, a roller coaster that has very minimalistic theming, but let's be honest, who would ride a roller coaster with no theming? It'd be great for amusement parks, but not for a theme park. So I'm thinking of, let's just Do it like that. And now what we're going to do now is see what we can actually do. At the moment, we've got the idea of building the ride like this, so it goes over and straight down. So the idea is very simple. We're gonna keep going down, and then oh no, that's not gonna be a good idea. But let's just keep working, and let's just keep finding ideas. So now what we're going to do now is do it right here and place it right there. So you go to the left. So yeah, I'm thinking of adding some more immersive items right here. Been wondering how we're gonna make the line area. So I'm thinking, depending on the success of this roller coaster, I'm thinking if we can add like a large queue area. But this area is not really immersive enough. But I'm thinking, did he have wooden flooring like this in the country western? The truth is, no. The idea is to have it like this at the moment. Like, it's basically a guide, so you can know where you're going, or where I can place buildings, place designs like restaurants and all that stuff. And then once I'm finished with the layout, we can then finally continue with this. Let's hold Alt Z at the moment because there's a little issue I need to deal with. So what I'm going to do is get rid of that because it's making unnecessary dimples in the ground. So what we're going to do now is continue with the ride building. So what we're going to do now is do this. Personally, I think I'm just going to get on with it. I'm thinking what we're going to do is add like a natural area. Give it that sort of rustic. But then we realise, one sec, we just need to do is... Ah, it's good news, we can actually theme it. So what I'm going to do is continue. So I'm thinking, if we can do it around this area... And now what we're going to do now is... I'm thinking there should be some stone path. I'm not really sure. But I'm thinking maybe we can do it like that. Maybe that would be a great idea. Use like a stone pathing. And then what we can do now is just remove that. Because the idea is to build each area up as we go. And now what we're going to do is now go onto here and we're going to make this cobblestone line. That's not going to be useful. We need it 4 meters wide. Because the idea is that the wider the queue, the more people we can get into the line. Now what you can do now is building the first pen area where you go, and then what we can do is make it go under to here. And now what we can do then is do a direct ascend up to the platform straight here. have the last one go all the way around. And then realize it's not going to be a good idea. So what we're going to do is continue going backwards on it. It'll be sorted out in a minute. Looks like I can't do it anymore because Planet Coaster is Planet Coaster. So instead of Alt Z, and I have to manually do it myself. Don't worry, Planet Coaster 2 will be coming out, and hopefully we'll be able to finish this park, or we might move on to Planet Coaster prematurely. But I don't want to do it that way, because then I'll end up having no choice to redo the whole area and park again. But I don't mind doing that, as long as I can make the content a lot better. Because that's the idea. Make it better. Make it... And there we go. What we're going to do now is keep on going. But like I say, we can do it. We can do it. What we're doing is we're doing the next part of it. We'll just turn around, making a U-bend right here, because it's one of the guest pens area. That way we can boost capacity and give people an incentive to be like, why is that person going through that special line? Oh wait, it's a fast pass. It's pretty clear why. So it gives people an incentive to buy a fast pass. And what we're doing right now is adding the line. So this is the very basics. So you have a way in and a way out. Looks pretty boring. And put it shortly, if you think this ride looks a bit boring because there's no theming, we're on the same point. We're looking eye to eye. So what we're going to do is think, how are we going to make it look a bit steampunk? And I'm thinking, what is known in the Victorian era? So I'm thinking how we can make it look really old-fashioned, really rustic. Because here's the thing, we need to get the basics done before we add the elaborate, the real theming. You know, like the pistons, the cogs. And then I realized, why don't we make it look like a Victorian building? And that's the wrong setting again. Well done. So what we're going to do now is go into here, place the station building. And I'm thinking, no. So what we can do is go into here and place. Realize that you didn't click on it because no worries, mistakes happen. Planet Coaster, no brains. Let's try again. So what I'm going to do is place this classic building, so it makes it look a little bit authentic. It gives that sort of old Victorian look. It's not really old Victorian, but I'm trying to find a way to make it look really old-fashioned. and now what we're going to do now is go into here and place it right here. And what we're doing is doing this and doing that. We're almost finished with the what I normally call the skeleton. What I call the skeleton is mainly the basic frame of the entire amusement park ride. We can't do it like that. What we're going to do now is lower it down so it's very to the point, straight to the point. So it's like this, and now what we can't do is do it like that because apparently it's not working now. So now what we're going to do now is continue with this. We'll change it a bit and add different designs. So now what we'll do is change this, not that. And now what we're doing is now what we're going to do is continue and there we go. The idea of having that area there is to prevent accidents. Like for example, people who don't look where they're going, for example. I.e. Pokemon Go players. I know it's a bit dated, but it makes a point. That's why I've added that little there. Adds them for immersion and adds for a little bit of realism. Because of the fact... one sec. Let me just get my layout of this area done. Because we need to think about it. You know, we've got to think before we finalize the layout. I think we've got it. Just need a little bit of ideas. Because here's the thing, you can't rush a good idea. Because if you rush a good idea, it turns into a bad idea, right? And it just it just goes all willy-nilly, and nobody likes an idea that goes willy-nilly and it just goes out of control. So what I'm going to do now is continue and we'll just get on with it. Let's see what we can do. So making this look like a steampunk garage. And now what we're doing now is adding that's not going to work out. So what I'm going to do now is hit this, and what we're going to do is continue with finishing off the design. And looks like we need to see what we can do. In a moment, we're going to maybe that would be a better idea. If we're going to make it look like a steampunk themed ride, we might as well make it look like a factory. Maybe that would be a good idea. So what we're going to do now is increase the grid size, increase it and make it a little bit larger. That way we can not need to worry about it for a bit. Hit this. Nope. And then we're going to continue with getting some ideas right now. I'm not really good at steampunk. I'm not really knowledgeable about steampunk. I will be very honest with you. So I might have to do the best solution of any problem is you use your browser of your choice. You look it up. Because here's the thing. You can either... I have two options. I can either let people down or not let people down. So sometimes the best solution is I can always look it up. And you may notice right here, we can continue by adding the next part of it, and that is to add the next decorative. We'll add the decorative theme in later. And now what we're doing is... sorry about that. Just me get a bit frustrated there, because sometimes things do get a bit awkward from time to time, but let's continue. And let's see what else we can do. So we've got the first area, so the middle part. So what I'm going to do now is build it so it goes straight through the building. So the idea is to go straight through the building, so it goes like this. Let's see if we can find some rubble. That's why I'm using very small pieces at the moment, because the concept idea is to make it look like it's going through the factory, build it all the way up, and I think we got it all sorted. So we're building it all up around. Now what we're going to do now is do it like this. And continue out. So yeah, at the moment we're doing that here is build a skeleton, build the frame, build the frame, build the roller coaster. At the moment we're nearly done, and at the moment we should be finished on the next part, and that is to build and here we go. So now we've got that sorted, the main skeleton design, and that is to build it so it makes it look like it's going through the factory. So now comes the last part. And there we go. So it goes straight through the ride. Entrance side here is basically pretty simple. So it's pretty simple on pen and paper, but to come up with the idea is where it comes very hard, is to actually conceptualize the idea and bring it to reality. Because you got to think about what I could do to make it look realistic, immersive, and make it look very engaging. At the moment we're almost finished, and that's added a little bit of support because it's going straight through, and I'm adding the see if it's got that would have been useful if I was using castle theming, but I'm not using castle theming. And this, well, that's pretty obvious. So what do I use? That would be a good question. Because do I theme it using castle wall theming? Make it look like it's made out of granite. I think that'd be a good idea. In the next episode, we'll be re-theming this building to... No, we won't be. We'll keep it as it is. We'll see what we can do with it in the next episode. But at the moment, in the next episode, we'll be seeing what we can do later on. So I'll see you all later. I hope you have a nice day. I'll see you on the next episode. Ciao for now. And let's see what we could do in the next episode. This episode is brought to you, the amazing viewers. Thank you very much. If you like the video, give it a like. If you like to see more of the videos, give me a subscribe. Hope you have a nice day. See you later. Ciao for now.